Hi there, my name's Andy and I work for the Pace Trust, and we do assemblies, RE lessons and lunchtime clubs in Poole, Bournemouth and Christchurch, helping people to think a little bit more about what Christians believe and what it means to follow Jesus. Hey Marcus, where's your Christmas jumper?
Hi Andy, I'm not really the Christmas type.
Christmas type? Really? But don't you have a Santa hat like me, or maybe some tinsel?
Andy, I'm really not the Christmas type.
But Christmas is amazing. There's turkey, mince pies, loads of presents, and that's not even the best part of Christmas.
Turkey? Mince pies? Presents? That all sounds good. You know what? Maybe I had the wrong idea about Christmas.
You know what? When people realise that I'm a Christian, they often say to me, I'm not the religious type. And I think that's because they often have the wrong idea about Jesus. In the Christmas story, the Bible tells us the first people who visited Jesus when he was little weren't the religious type. In fact, many would have said they were the wrong type of people to be visiting Jesus. Shall I tell you the story?
Yeah, I'd like that. I might be able to help with some of it. But how does it start again?
It starts off with the angel Gabriel coming to talk to Mary. Now Mary was just an ordinary girl. She wasn't yet married, but the angel said to her she was going to have a baby.
So this girl Mary wasn't a princess or a queen or something? She always looks like someone special on the Christmas cards.
No, she was just an ordinary person like you and me. But she did say yes to God, and God gave her a really important job to do.
Oh yeah, I remember this bit. They had to go to Bethlehem for some kind of census thingy. Everyone had to be counted, but they couldn't find anywhere to stay.
That's right, yeah.
And they ended up having to sleep somewhere where the animals were in the barn or something. And she even had her baby there. She called him Jesus and laid him in a manger. That's like a feeding trough for the animals, isn't it?
That's right. And at that time, a long, long way away, there were people from a different country and probably a different religion who were looking at the stars to guide them.
Oh, this sounds like the wise men bit. They were stargazers, weren't they?
Yeah, if you were a religious person in Israel in those days, you would have said that these guys were definitely not the right type of people. Anyway, they spotted a new star and they thought that was amazing. And they realised it was a sign that a new king had been born. So they set off to find him.
And weren't there also some shepherds who visited Jesus when he was born?
Yeah, that's right. At that time, back in Bethlehem, in Israel, where Jesus was born, there were some shepherds in the fields watching their flocks.
Washing their socks?
No, watching their flocks.
Oh, right.
And shepherds weren't considered to be very important. In fact, they were the least important shepherds, were the ones who did the night shift. And this was night time.
Oh.
And what's more, they weren't able to go to all the religious festivals because they had to look after the sheep. So the religious people didn't think they were very good either. They thought they were not the right type of people.
But the shepherds saw the angels, didn't they? Lots of them, filling the skies and singing about Jesus.
Yeah, the shepherds were told about the birth of Jesus, God's son, the long-awaited Messiah in Bethlehem. And the shepherds ran off to see him.
Just imagine that. People thinking you're not very important, and yet you get a visit from the angels inviting you to the most important person in the world ever. So even though they were just like night shift shepherds, they got to see Jesus before anyone else. And they got to worship him too. That's amazing.
It probably took the wise men a little bit longer to get to see Jesus because they had to come from such a long way away. But even though they were from a different culture and a different religion, they were also one of the first people to see Jesus.
And didn't they bring him some presents too? Like gold, myrrh, and Frankenstein? No, that's not it. Frankfurters. That must be it. There'd be a nice present. I love hot dogs.
Well, you got 2 out of 3 right. The third gift was frankincense, a special sweet-smelling spice that reminded people of God.
So wise men from a faraway country and a different religion got to visit Jesus, and stinky shepherds who thought they weren't that important got to visit Jesus?
Totally right. The Christmas story tells us that Jesus is for everyone, not just the people who think they're important or thought they're important.
And none of those posh religious types of people were at the birth of Jesus.
No, none of them were at the birth of Jesus. Jesus was God's gift to everyone, not just religious people, not just those who think they're really good, not just a particular group of people, but everybody.
The angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people."
Jesus came for everyone, everywhere, for always. That's why Christians get so excited about Christmas. It's all about Jesus. He's the best part of what we believe. He can help us make friends with God.
If that's what Christmas is all about, maybe I could really get into it. I just thought it was a big, pointless party.
Now we can really celebrate Christmas, whoever we are. Dear God, thank you that you're not just for the religious types or for special people or people who don't mess it up, but you're for absolutely everybody. Thank you, you want to be friends with each one of us. Help us this Christmas to realise that you are for everyone and your arms are open wide. Help us today and give us a really good day today. In your name, amen.